Hello, myself Kapre AK, Head Department of Physics from Radhabai Kale Mahila Mahavidyalaya, Ahmednagar. In this educational purpose video, I am going to discuss the topic logic gates from the subject electronics at SYBSc Physics. Now here in electronics there are two types of signals we are generally using. For example, in amplifier type circuits the analog signals are there. So these analog signals, as we see in the diagram, are continuously changing with time. Such analog signals are also used in the circuits like oscillators. In another type of circuit, that is digital electronics, the signals as shown in the diagrams are not continuous. For some time it is high voltage and it is called as logic 1, while if the voltage is 0, then this is called as logic 0. Here also the voltage is 0, so logic 0. Now here the voltage is high voltage, so represented by the logic 1. So in digital electronics we are using the discrete steps, 0 for low voltage and 1 for high voltage. Generally we are using 5 volt regulated power supply in digital electronics. So logic 1 means voltage is high, that is 5 volt. In other case, that is in analog signal, these voltages are continuously changing with time. So in digital electronics we consider the example of calculators, computers, flip-flops, registers, etc. Now the logic gates is the basic unit in designing the digital circuit. So these logic gates we are going to consider. There are two basic types of the logic gates. One is the basic logic gates. These are also called as fundamental logic gates, because using these gates we can construct any type of circuit in digital electronics. Further, there are three types of logic gates, that is basic logic gates: AND gate, NOT gate, OR gate. Similarly, other type of logic gate is the universal logic gate. In this universal logic gate there are again two types, NAND gate and OR gate. So these are called universal logic gates because using this gate we can construct other types of logic gates also. And the third type, we generally other logic gates are XOR gate and XNOR gate. These are two additional gates. So in this way, in this chapter of logic gate we are going to consider 7 type of logic gates. So let us start one by one. So this is the OR gate. In this OR gate, if we consider the simple electric circuit, then the input is connected, this input here, the input is connected, this is the input connected to the output, this is the output, and it is connected through parallel combination of switches. The switch A is called as input A, while switch B is input B, and these inputs are connected in curve part of the symbol of OR gate. So this is curve part of the symbol of OR gate, and the output is taken at the arrowhead. Now there the output Y is equal to A plus B if we read in mathematics, but in Boolean expression the output is A or B. So this is A or B is the output of logic gate, and this is the symbol. The simple circuit can illustrate how this logic gate works. Now in this case the symbol, we are considering like this, having two inputs connected to the curve part, and the truth table of logic gate is like this. So logic gates is defined as an electronic circuit of which output depends on input conditions. So this is what is the simple definition of logic gates. And truth table we can define as a table which gives output for all possible input conditions. Now here in the first case, A is 0, B is 0 means A switch A is off, switch B is also off, input is not connected to the output, naturally we get output 0. If switch A1 is on and B is off, or if switch is A is off and B is on, A is off means A is 0, B is on means B is 1. Now even though A is off, input gets connected through switch B to the output. So there is a connection, hence we can say that output is 1. Similarly, the same thing is for A1, B0. In the last case, fourth case, if A is equal to 1 and B is equal to 1 means both switches are on. Then also input gets connected to the output and we get output as 1. So this is the truth table for OR gate. So we can write definition of OR gate from this table. OR gate is a gate of which output is 0 if all inputs are 0 and output is 1 if any one of the input is 0. Such a gate is called as OR gate. The next gate we are going to discuss is the OR gate. In the OR gate, current flow through both switches if the switches must be closed. Now here let us consider the simple circuit. Here the input is connected to the output through serial switches A and B, and the expression is Y is equal to AB. Now this is the symbol of the AND gate. So this is AND gate, D is here, so like the English letter D, the symbol is drawn here. Inputs A and B are connected to the straight part of this symbol while output is taken from the curved part, and the output Y is written as combination of input and output. So in this case, if we consider the truth table of AND gate, here we can say that A is 0, B is 0, then both switches are off, so A input is not connected to the output, so output is 0. If suppose A is off and B is on, means A is 0 and B is 1, but since they are connected, the switches are connected in series, input is not connected to output, so in this case also output is 0. Same is the condition for the third row, that is A and A1, B 0. Now consider the last condition. A is 1, B is 1, means A switch is on, B switch is also on. Only in this case input will get connected to the output and hence we get output is 1. So in this way AND gate is a logical circuit of which output is 1 if all inputs are 1. Then the third fundamental logic gate we are considering in this case is the NOT gate, or it is the inverter. So this is the symbol. In the circuit symbol, this is the arrow. So arrow is directed from input to output and one circle is there to the output side. So input is A and output is B. So the NOT gate symbol is arrow directed from input A to output B with a circle drawn on output line. The equation is B is equal to A bar, output is B and input is A. So this is written as B is equal to A complement, or it is also called as A bar. So complement means opposite. So the truth table will consider in this case like this. There is only one input A and output is B. If A is 0, output is its complement 1, and if A is 1, output is complement, that is 0. Complement of 0 is 1, complement of 1 is 0. So this is called as a truth table. So logic gate is a circuit having one input and one output, and output is complement of the input. Now let us consider the NAND gate. So this is the symbol of NAND gate. In this NAND gate, like the D letter like symbol is drawn, and inputs are connected to the vertical line, and output is taken from the curved part with bubble. So this is combination of AND and NOT gate. So the first gate is AND gate having two inputs A and B. Output of AND gate is connected to the input of NOT gate, and hence we get the final output as A dot B. So in this way, A and B are input to the AND gate. So output of AND gate is A into B. Now this A into B is inverted by the NOT gate, hence final is the output Y is equal to A dot B bar, or it is also called as A dot B complement. This inverter in this symbol is represented by the circle on the output line. Now let us consider the truth table. In this truth table, A is one input, B is another output, and Y is output. So Boolean expression is Y is equal to A into B complement, or it is also read as Y is equal to complement of A dot B, or Y is equal to complement of A and B. So in this case, if we consider first three cases, that is A, B both 0, A0, B1, B1, A1 and B0, in all first three cases the product is 0 but its complement is 1. So 1 is the output for first three cases. Now in the last case, A and B both inputs are 1. So 1 into 1, product is 1, and if we take its complement, it is 0. So this is how we can define the NAND gate is a gate of which output is 0 if all of its inputs are 1. Then in this case we consider the derived gates. So we have discussed the fundamental gates as AND, OR and NOT. Now we will consider the derived gates. Now in this case, the NOR gate, the Boolean expression is Y is equal to A or B and its complement. So output Y is complement of A or B. In this way we can read the expression called as Boolean expression. Now in this OR gate, this is the curved part to which we are connecting one input A and another input B, and circle is drawn on the output side. Actually this gate we may consider as combination of OR gate and NOT gate. Means in this case A and B are input, so output of the OR gate is A plus B. If this output is connected to the NOT gate, then we get final output as Y is equal to complement of A or B, that is complement of A plus B. So this NOR gate in symbol is replaced by just a circle. Now let us consider the truth table. Here A, B are outputs and Y is the output. A and B are inputs and Y is output. Now in the first case only the addition is 1, that is A addition is 0. Only in the first case addition 0 plus 0 is 0 and its complement will be 1. Now for all these remaining three cases, if we take addition, that is 0 plus 1 or 1 plus 0 or 1 plus 1, in all these cases addition is 1, and then means A plus B is 1, and then we are taking complements. So in this case output will be 0 for remaining three cases. Now in this case the two more gates we are going to consider, that is the exclusive OR gate. The symbol is like this. Here the additional curved line is drawn on the OR gate. Okay, if we consider only this much part, then this is OR gate, and additional line is drawn on input side. This additional line drawn on input side means this is XOR gate. So X means exclusive. So some terms of the OR gate are excluded in this case, so it is called as the XOR gate. Similarly, if we put a inverter to this output side, then we can show that inverter by the bubble. So what is the output for XOR gate? Y is equal to A XOR B. So the symbol is output is equal to A, then inside the circle it is called as a plus. So if we consider only the plus OR gate, if we consider only the OR gate, then in this case Y is equal to A or B. Now here one term is excluded, hence that is represented by circle. So this is circle, means we consider the OR gate excluding, so exclusive of one certain condition, while in NOR gate, XNOR gate, the same gate is considered here but this bubble. So this bubble means with this output we take the complement as shown by this overhead bar. So this is the equation of the exclusive OR gate. Now in this case, if we consider the truth table here, A and B are inputs. If there are two inputs A and B, as in this case, now what are the different possible combinations for two input? There are two inputs, so 2 raised to 2, because in binary the radix is 2. So there will be 4 different cases. The first case is all are 0, then one is 0, other is 1, then first is 1, other is 0, and in the fourth case all are 1. So these are the possible input conditions for two input gate. Now here if we consider OR gate, then in OR gate 0 output is there only if A is 0, B is 0, and if any one of the input is 0, any one of the input is 1, then output will be 1. So last case, if we consider here, the important case is the last case. So this is last case is important in this case, because in OR gate this is the important case. Here there should be 1, because 1 plus 1 is 1, and this term, this 1 is excluded here, and there we have written 0. So this is called as exclusive OR gate. So last step is important. This is the point where there is a difference between OR gate and exclusive OR gate. Remaining things are same for exclusive and OR gate, but in exclusive this last step is excluded, means output is 0. So this is called as the XOR gate. Now if we take complement also, XNOR is complement of OR gate. So if we take complement of 0, we get 1. If we take complement of 1, we get 0. So in this way we can consider the truth table of XNOR gate. Now here we will consider all these logic gates in one table. They are summarized in one table. So A and B, there are 4 different possibilities. So this is the first possibility. We can consider all inputs are 0, 0. Then A is 0, B is 1, A is 1, B is 0, and in the last case A, B both are 1. So OR gate means we will consider addition of these two. So addition is 0 plus 0, 0, and for remaining thing addition is 1. In the AND gate we take the product of the inputs. So inputs are here 0, 0, the product is 0. So 0 multiplied by anything, the product is 0, means first 3 cases are 0. Only in the last step the product is 1, so output of AND gate is 1. Now here NOT gate is a inverter gate, so we take the output input as A and output as A bar. So in this case, if we take input as A, then output will be A bar. So the gate inputs of A are 0 0 1 1. Its complement will be opposite, that is 1 1 0 0. Now if we consider NOR gate, then this is NOR gate is complement of this OR gate as shown in the red color. In this OR gate 0 1 1 1 is the output, means first is 0, remaining 3s are 1, and opposite to this, that is complement of this column, is first will be 1 and remaining will be 0, and that will be the output of NOR gate. Similarly, if we consider NAND gate, then it is A dot B. We want to take the complement of the product. So the product A dot B, output of AND gate is first 3 cases having 0 output, and there is only one output for the last case, that is A equal to 1 and B equal to 1. Now complement of this AND gate is first 3 0, so we get output of NAND gate as first 3 1. Now in this case complement of 1 is 0, so this NAND gate is complement of AND gate. Then if we consider the XOR gate, so XOR gate we may compare with the OR gate. So here this XOR gate we will compare with the OR gate. Now here if we consider OR gate, the output is 0 1 1 1. If we consider the XOR gate, then in this XOR gate the last term is excluded. Here. That is how we can explain the XOR gate. Then let us consider the next slide. So let us go to the next slide. Now in this next slide we are going to consider the Boolean algebra. Like our mathematical algebra, there are certain rules of addition, subtraction, multiplication, etc. Here are also we are going to consider certain rules, and that rules are called as Boolean algebra. So in this case the first column gives the names of the different laws, how these laws are applicable to the AND gate, and then how these laws are applicable to OR gate, that we can consider here. The first law is called as identity law. Identity law means the input, whatever the input is not changing. So input is A, so that A is not changing here. Means in case of AND gate, if we multiply anything by 1, then that product is the same. Means if we multiply 1 by A, the output is A. So here in case of OR gate, if we add 0, then there is no change. Means what? 0 plus A, that will remain same. So what is the identity? Means this input is unaffected in this identity law. So if in AND gate, if we multiply by 1, there is no effect. Similarly, if we add 0 in OR gate, there is no effect. Means identity remains as it is. Identity of A is not affected in this law. Now let us consider the second law, that is the null law. Null means 0. In this case we get output, if we consider AND gate, we get null means 0. That is, if we multiply by 0, whatever may be the value of A, will get 0. Now this null law is rather different in OR gate. In OR gate there is 1. If we add 1 in any variable, then we get 1. Means there is no effect of adding the variable. So null law means no effect. So in this case OR gate, if we add 1, then there is no effect of A, we get output 1. Similarly, if we multiply anything by 0, there is no effect of A, so we get 0 in AND form. Hence no effect, hence it is called as null law. Then in the third law, this is idempotent law. This law is called as idempotent law. Now mathematically A into A we can write as A square. So here A into A is A square, but this square is idempotent, means we should not consider, means called as idempotent. Meaning of the word idempotent means this 2 is eliminated. So A into A is A. In this case also, if we add A plus A, mathematically it will be 2A. But this multiplier 2 is idempotent, means this will not consider, will consider only A. Then the next law, we are going to consider the inverse law. In this inverse law, we are using variable and its inverse. Means if we consider A, then its inverse is A bar. So inverse and its product, if we take, then we will get answer as 0. Hence it is called as inverse law. In inverse law, we consider one variable and then another variable is A bar. So if A is 1, naturally A bar is 0. Or if A is 0, A bar is 1. Means in any case, the product will be 0. Now this law is opposite in OR gate. Means A or A bar, output will be 1. Because in this case what will happen, if A is 0, if we consider A as 0, if we consider A 0, A bar will be 1. If we consider A 0, then A bar will be 1. Then also we have get output as 1. Or if A is 0, then A bar will be 1, and then also we get output 1. Then this is the commutative law. मराठीमध्ये ज्याला क्रमनिरपेक्षतेचा नियम म्हणतात. This is the commutative law. In commutative law, the sequence is not, even though sequence is change, the answer is same. Means if we take A into B or B into A, the result is same. So AB equal to B. This also we can consider the same way for the OR gate. If the sequence is changed, means instead of A plus B, we can write B plus A, there will be no change. This is called as commutative law. The next law, we are considering the associative law. Here we are taking 3 variables, A, B, C. The sequence of A, B, C is same here, but only the bracket is for first 2. Instead of that, the bracket is for the last 2. Then also the result will not change. Similarly, for OR gate, instead of multiplication in OR gate, we consider the same 3 variables, A plus B plus C. A plus B plus C. But on the left hand side, bracket is for the first 2 variables, and on the right hand side, bracket is for the last 2 variables. In this case also, the result will not change. This is called as associative law. Now in this distributive law, A is added with the combination of B and C. Means we can take separate addition of A with B and A with C. So combination of A with B and A with C, and then we do here addition, multiplication, that is ANDing. Okay. Now distributive law in the OR gate we can write as A in this case and bracket B plus C. So we have to multiply A by B and multiply A by C, and then we have to add. So distributive law means A is now distributed to B and A is also given to C, but the operators are not changed here. That is OR gate and AND gate. Similarly, A is ANDed with B A is also AND distributed, means ANDed with C, then we get the same result. Now in absorption law, here if we consider A into A plus B, we will get B. Now on the right hand side we see that this B operator, this B variable is absorbed, means output is independent of B and output depends on only A. This is what is the meaning of this Boolean expression. So yeah, while in the OR gate we take A plus AB, then output is A. So here B is absorbed, so this is called as absorption law. Absorb means what? In this case output depends only on A and not on B, so B is having no effect on this case, on this output. Now then in the digital electronics there are two important theorems, that is called as De Morgan's theorem. So OR gate theorem for AND gate is written as A and B bar, A and B bar, then output, then it is equal to A complement plus B complement. So A dot B bar is equal to A bar plus B bar, or we can say AB complement is equal to complement of A plus complement of B. So in this OR gate, so if we get De Morgan's law for the OR gate, means we take left hand side as a OR, A or B and its complement is equal to A into B complement. We can state this law in terms of words. The complement of sum, again I am repeating, complement of sum is equal to product of complement. So complement of sum is equal to product of complements, or A plus B bar is equal to A bar into B bar. So this is the De Morgan's theorem. In this topic we will discuss how to prove this De Morgan's theorem, and of course verification is by using the truth table. Okay, so verification is by using the truth table. Now let us consider the theorem. First theorem, the statement is complement of the product. We start from this point. Complement of product is equal to sum of complements. So in this cycle we are reading complement of product is equal to sum of complement. In this direction we are reading, again I am repeating, in this direction from we are starting from this point. Complement of A and B is equal to sum of the complement. So that we can write mathematically in this form. If we consider the left hand side, in this left hand side, this is the A into B. This A into B we can obtain by using AND gate. Means if we consider AND gate and inputs are A and B, then the output is AB. And this complement we can obtain by using this NOR gate. So input to NOR gate is AB, we get output as AB bar. So this is the logic diagram for this left hand side. Now let us consider the logic diagram for this right hand side. So this is the input A. Now this input A, by using the NOT gate we get A bar. Similarly this input B, by using the NOT gate B bar. Now this A bar and B bar we have to add, so they are connected to this gate which is the OR gate. Hence output is combination of the input. So input of OR gate is A bar and B bar. So output is A bar plus B bar. So this is how we can write the right hand side for the first theorem. Now let us consider the truth table. So if we consider the left side, in this left side we want to select the column, one for A, another for B. So this is the column for A, for this is the column B, for these are the two inputs. Now also here we will need A into B. So this is what we take the A and B, and this final output we are taking in the last column. So we will take all possible combinations 0 0 0 1 1 0 and 1 1. If we do the multiplication here, now for the first three cases, we can say for all these three cases product is 0. For all these three cases the product is 0, and if we take complements we get output as 1 for all these cases. Okay, now for the last case the product is 0 and its complement is 1, so we get the output as 1 1 1 0. Now let us consider this left hand side. Now in this left hand side the inputs are A and B. So A is one input, B is another input. So we can consider all possible combinations 0 0 0 1 1 0 and 1 1. Now here intermediate states, this we can consider this as a B bar. Okay, so B bar means let us consider the combination. So complement of 0 is 1, here complement of 0 is 1, complement of 1 is 0, so complement of 0 is 1 and complement of 1 is 0. In the same way for A, first two are 0 and last two are 1. So complement is first two are 1 and last two are 0. So if we take addition of these two means A bar plus B bar, so 1 plus 1 we get 1. Similarly 1 plus 0 we get 1, 0 plus 1 we get 1, only 0 for the last gate. So this is the right hand side. Now let us compare these LHS and these RHS, that is, let us consider this column on the right hand side and this column on the left hand side. Here first 3 1, last is 0. Here also first 3 1, last is 0. Means both columns are same, that is right hand side is equal to left hand side. And this is how we can prove De Morgan's first theorem. Now let us consider the De Morgan's second theorem. In this theorem the statement is complement of A or B is equal to product of complements. Again I am repeating how we can read: complement of A or B is equal to product of complements, or we can say complement of sum is equal to product of complement. Complement, we start from this point, complement of sum is equal to, now start from this product, is equal to product of complement. Okay, now how we can consider the logic diagrams? So for this is the logic diagram for left hand side. Now for the left hand side always we start from input A and input B. Now for the plus we can use OR gates, means A or B, means we draw this OR gate, having two input A B, we get the output as A plus B. Now this is input to the NOT gate, so the output of NOT gate is complement of input. Input is A plus B, so output of this is A plus B bar. So this is what is the left hand side. Now here this is the right hand side. Now in this case again we are using the same inputs A and B. So this is the input A and this is the input B in this case. Now we want to take A bar. So if we give input to NOT gate, we will get here A bar. Similarly another input is connected to another NOT gate and we will get B bar. Now we want to take the product, and for this product we are using AND gate. So this is the AND gate we are using. One input of AND gate is A bar, another input of AND gate is B bar. So finally we get A dot B bar. Now this is how we can draw the logic diagram corresponding to this theorem. Then to prove this theorem, again we will consider the truth table. So let us first consider the truth table for this LHS. We start from the inputs A, B and take the all possible combination 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0 and 1, 1. Now here we want to consider the output of OR gate and it is A plus B. So if we add 0 plus 0, we will get 0, and for remaining things, for remaining 3, the sum is 1, so output is 1. Now this is given as input to NOT gate, and so final output is complement here. So complement of 0 is 1, and for all these remaining complement is 0. So this is what is left hand side. Now let us consider the right hand side. Now here A is one input, B is another input. Now we want to take complement of A, means for 0 we take 1, for 0 we take 1, and for 1 we take 0, then this for 1 we take 0. So this is how we get A bar. Now similarly B bar, we take 0, 1, for 1 we will get 0, for this is 0 we will get 1, for this one we get 0. So this is B bar. Now these A and B bar, these are now inputs to AND gate. So we take product of these two columns, A into B. We take A into B. So 1 into 1 will get 1, and for remaining 3 cases there is always 0, so output is 0. Now if we consider this column on the left hand side and this column on right hand side, both columns are equal, so this proves the De Morgan's second theorem. So these are the two theorems we have discussed. So this is the educational purpose video on the logic gates. Thank you. Good day.